Day one of the men's 2016 ASB Classic was a success, with our newly ranked #1 men's player in New Zealand, Finn Turney, taking on Donald Young.
Well, let's have a look at the first set highlights now, and it was a pretty encouraging start from Finn Turney in those first couple of games.
It was. He played aggressive, went for his shots, took his backhand very early. Just the unforced errors that kind of let him down. He's been forced to play at a level of aggression that I think is a little bit outside his comfort zone, and that's drawing errors so far in this match, but no reason why that can't turn around. But Donald Young was a very clean set of tennis. He served well, opening up the court on both sides, and used his guile and his ability to manipulate the ball around the court to set up the opportunity to pull the trigger, in particular with the forehand.
Yes, he did enough, Donald Young. Breaks of serve in the second, sixth and eighth games, and got the job done.
Yeah, that was a good, hard contest for Donald Young. As he said, the first match of the year, he'll be much better for that performance heading into the rest of this tournament. He showed his speed around the court in particular, and his unbelievable defensive skills. Finn Turney came at him the whole match, played aggressively. Donald Young's able to use his experience, his court craft, and his speed around the court to get the result that he wanted.
Finn Turney showed glimpses, didn't he? Particularly off the backhand side.
He did. He showed a lot of aggression from the baseline. He's very sound technique off both wings, and he definitely showed that he can play at this level. And with more experience, I think you'd like to see him at this types of tournaments more often, and hopefully he can do that in 2016.
Donald Young winning by 6-2, 6-3. A quick look at the stats for you. And his first serve percentage is in from Donald Young, 55%. He'll want to raise that in his next match. He'll need to raise that in his next match, won't he?
Yeah, we saw every service game being hard fought. It wasn't easy for the servers out there today, both because they didn't serve very well either and because of the quality of the returns.
Also representing the US on day one at the men's 2016 ASB Classic was Steve Johnson, who had a qualifier first up, and it was Matthew Barton from Australia.
Have a look at the first set, Robbie, and wow, props to Barton here. Not only was his serving and his forehand winners good, but he's seen a lovely touch in the net too.
Oh, great shot selection. This was the first game that Johnson ended up holding, but he had to work so hard, as you were suggesting. That was probably the highlights of the set as far as Johnson was concerned, but there weren't enough of those. It was all about the Aussie shot making of high quality and frustrated the American. And that serve, how good was it? When it really mattered, gave him plenty of free points. Aussie was so well below what we saw in the opening set, and it's a double whammy. One's going up, the other's going down, so that kind of maximizes the differential. We all enjoyed that one, didn't we? It wasn't able to produce enough of this kind of shot making when it mattered.
Steve Johnson really played the big points a little better in that set. Just the one break of serve in the sixth game, but he had Barton under pressure in other games as well. And in the end, was good enough to close it out by 6-3.
This is one of the best rallies of the match, certainly probably of the tournament. I mean, a set of wheels here. Check this out.
Great all-round play too from him. At the net.
Came in 16 times, Glenn won 12 of those. You hit the nail on the head. It's a great all-round performance. I thought tactically he showed us that he's got a good tennis IQ, but I think what it also shows us, and we saw it last year with Vesely going deep here, the importance of getting matches under your belt early on in the season. Of course, he did that by coming through qualifying.
Yes, the qualifier wins on centre court, joining two other winners who have come through qualifying in the tournament so far. And here are those stats, well, fairly even as the match hand out, Robbie.
Yeah, but I think if we break it down and have a look at the first and third sets, the ones that Barton won, we'll see that his first serve percentage was nice and high in both of those. The moment it dropped off, Johnson made him pay. But crucially for the Aussie, when it really mattered, when it came to stepping up to the line to serve for it, he was able to keep his nerve and play some intelligent tennis to get the biggest win of his career.
Another American on court, and it was Jack Sock, the aggressive baseliner, taking on Estrella Burgos.
I'm surprised our editors back in the truck have had time to edit together some highlights, but here they are.
They've done well.
Very good though, haven't they?
Really, the highlights from this first set should just include the 5 double faults that Australia hit from the harbour end. Didn't really give himself a chance to get into the set with those first few service games being so poor. Jack Sock from that point was able to play with a lot of freedom. We see him starting to display his class with the serve and the forehand.
Very solid serving performance. 5 aces in there from Jack Sock.
This match, Jack Sock was really allowed to do whatever he wanted on his service games. He wasn't put under any pressure, and he was able to display the great ability he has with the serve and the forehand. He manipulates the ball off the court so well. To that kick serve, he's able to pull the guy so far outside the doubles alley, and that gives him so many options. The racket head speed that he generates is just absolutely outstanding.
Jack Sock had some fun out there, particularly in the first set. 10 winners he hit all on the forehand side, which is interesting, and the serving was very good. Particularly when he got it a 91%. Points won on his first serve, a hugely high percentage. Although who want the first note serves in to be increased from 51% in his later matches. But a very accomplished and workmanlike performance from Jack Sock has him into the second round here at the ASB Classic. He has beaten Victor Estrella Burgos 6-love, 6-4.